Okay, so generally less is more with cats. You want to make sure that you introduce yourself, and normally they like to like sniff your finger or something. But if a cat is being nice, you don't need to scruff it, you don't need to do anything. Most of the time they'll just let you pick them up and they'll flop, and then you got a cat. If you do need to restrain a cat, you can try to scruff them. Sometimes it makes it worse, sometimes it makes it better, and in the back of their neck you're going to firmly grab this, and they sort of become paralyzed sometimes, so then you can manipulate them how you want. So you sort of have control over him right now. So if you want him sideways, I pick him up, lay him down, and I brace his back against my arm to keep him still, and then you sort of have control over him, and you can stretch him out. If he's nice, you can let go of his scruff, and you can hold him sort of like a dog and stretch him however you need to. Okay, so if you want to put an e-collar on your cat, again, it creates a barrier between you and the animal, or so they can't pull their IV site out or whatever. If it's pre-built and they let you slide it on, you're just going to slide it on over their head, and make sure you tie it nice and tight. Not too tight, you want to get 2 fingers under it. Tie it nice in a bow, and then he can't get to you.
Rolling.
If the cat won't let you slide it over their head and you want to sort of come from behind so that they don't notice, you can go under their head, slip it on, and then you're going to build it around them. Okay, we have something called a cat bag, similar to the towel, but it's an actual bag you put your cat in. You lay them in there, then you're going to zip them up. If they're trying to run, there's a little part at the top. You can Velcro them in first. Then you're going to zip them up. And then there's a little part at the top that allows for you to pull a leg out. Sorry, honey. You pull the leg out, and there you go. Okay, you can also burrito your cat. So you're going to lay them on a towel and sort of wrap them up nice and tight. And then you can bring out whatever limb that you need, and then the rest can't get to you. Okay, say your cat is in a cage and very aggressive. He's trying to lunge at you, scratch at you, bite at you. Obviously, you're going to want your cat gloves on, but I always suggest with a cat, throw a towel over them, then you can grab them however you need to. Okay, if your cat is really aggressive, cat gloves are your best friend. So this way, you can still feel a bite, but it's not going to do anything. And if they start coming at you, they can bite this, but you can just sort of handle them however you need to until you get them sedated. I also use cat gloves all the time for your tiny little land sharks like your chihuahuas. Okay, if you have an aggressive cat that lets you put a muzzle on them, for a cat muzzle, this part's going to go on top, and you're going to sort of go into that, put their face in it. Their ears are going to be on either side of this, and you're going to pull down and tie it in a nice bow. And you're going to restrain the same, they just can't bite you now. Okay, so if you have a loose cat or an aggressive cat that you can't get out of a cage or it ran off somewhere, we have this thing called a cat napper, and it basically squishes them so you can catch them safely. So you sort of open it, put it around your animal, squish them nice and tight, then you got them, and you can even lay them sideways and give them an injection to sedate them through here if you need to. Same thing if you're placing a catheter or doing a front leg blood draw on a cat. You can either lay them down, whatever they're comfortable with. You still need control of their head so that they don't bite your person that's doing the poking. You're going to put your hand behind their elbow to keep it straight. And when they're ready for you, you're going to roll off that vein. It's going to pop up. You're going to keep nice hold, and you might have to readjust. If cats lose their minutes sometimes, so while you're doing this, you're going to talk to your person. You might have to end up scruffing your cat or something. If you're doing a medial saphenous blood draw on a cat, which we do a lot, you're going to lay them in lateral recumbency, and your person's going to pull out their leg so that they have access to their leg, and he's not going to let me, obviously because I don't have 3 hands, but you're going to karate chop down on his vein like this. That'll allow the vein to pop up, and your person can draw blood, and you have control over the animal.
Go.
Okay, if you're restraining a cat for a jugular blood draw, it sort of depends on the person poking, but if they're cooperative, just hold their little head up, and then the person will be able to draw blood. Sometimes you do need to scruff them or pull their legs down so that there's better access, or lean them over a table.